And like right on the buzzer too, preparing to go live.
Okay, let me start it.
And I think we talked about making sure that the view was speaker view.
The one on, I don't think Instagram is connecting right now. Let me see.
It may take a minute because yep.
Yeah.
And uh LinkedIn is now live. So I am now monitoring that.
Okay, we're still waiting on Instagram, I think.
It may take a minute because so yeah, let me know how I'll echo. You may have to reload it as well. Um
Yeah.
so I'm now monitoring that. Okay. And this is why at some point when we level up, we'll have like a technician who can do all this stuff. But now we are rough and dirty. For those of you who are watching, hi. My name is Kay Ross. I am the CEO, the founder of Owl Echo Entertainment, writer, producer, host, director. But really, at the end of the day, I am also just I'm just a creative trying to run their own business and figuring it out as they go. And the truth is that I have benefited from mentoring from other people throughout my career. And so I want to make sure that whatever I have learned, wherever I am right now, that I'm still giving that back to the people that work for me or work with me. One such amazing person is my social media maven for the summer, Ari.
Hello.
Uh,
Um, I don't know. I think it's not connecting to Instagram.
crap.
Can I, because I know last time it says copy the stream key and enter it into your streaming software and then select go live once your streaming software connects.
Gotcha. Is the stream key in the chat is the one I'm going to be
Mm.
using?
Yeah.
Because I just looked at it and you're right. It says it's unable to connect. So I'm going to put it into here. Bam. Save. We'll see if that reconnects it. Thank you for letting me know.
Bam.
Um,
Okay, let's see.
and it says
Yeah.
sending data. So hopefully I'll get it to you soon.
Public.
One more time.
Okay.
Could you send me the stream key one more time?
Yes.
Thanks so much. It feels like the stream key. Oh, it's not the same both times. All right.
No, I think it is different because it says it's once you start to preview the broadcast, you have up to 5 hours to go live. So I think it expires.
Mhm. The beauty of both being a media company and broadcasting through a media platform is that people can experience our struggle as we struggle. So I hope everyone who is watching learns a lot from this. Which is when you stream to multiple platforms at the same time, you have to work with it. It says sending data, unable to connect. Bah! Hold on, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn it back on and see what happens. Although that's funny. Why did no? I'm not looking for Facebook. We're looking for Instagram. Yes. Yes. All right, we're gonna make this our last chance, and then we'll just keep going. Because we always have the ability to take the recording and put it back out there.
Mhm.
Edit. Um, so part of the reason that we did this, other than just to have some chat time and make sure that I actually was making time to mentor and actually like answer your questions and be there for you. And oh, before I forget, shout out to Victory Administration, which is quite literally an administration company built to help support creatives. And they're with us right now, moderating the YouTube channel. So thank you, Raven at Victory Administration. You're awesome. For those of you who are on Instagram, check them out at Victory Administration. And if you're in the Virginia area, there is actually a workshop happening later this week. You should definitely hop on that. Just letting you know. But yeah, so I first off, out of complete love for Ted Lasso and just full recognition that, quite frankly, if you want to have a, I don't know, functioning company, it's you have to take some time to like get to know the people that you're working with. So this is part getting to know you, but also making sure that, you know, if you have any questions about the industry, that I'm available to you. And I do have a special guest for you to meet later today.
Yeah.
But because they're kind of on the clock, we decided we're going to do this privately after the Biscuits with the Boss. Um, but I thought I would stop talking for a moment, although I have a couple of icebreaker questions. But did you do anything fun over the weekend? That could be a way to start.
Um, Let me think. Actually, yesterday I did something fun. I went shopping for my dorm room.
Ooh,
So I got some furniture, or I guess not furniture, just more like decorations. I got like my comforter, my sheets, my pillows, and just like little cute stuff for my desk. So that was really fun. And now I feel like after doing that, I'm more excited to go and like
yeah,
start. Like at first I was just like plain nervous and like not excited, but now it's starting to finally kick in and like be
yeah.
and fun. So that was really nice.
Wait, now I'm curious. What color, what motif did you go with?
Guess my favorite color.
I mean, you're kind of surrounded by green, so I feel like green would be there.
Close. That was actually my favorite color growing up, and my
Oh,
nails are green right now, but my favorite color is pink. So like literally everything I got is either pink or white. It's like a mauvish pink.
oh yeah, that's
For
nice.
the rosy, rusted look almost. But I'm excited. It looks really good so far. And I've been ordering more, which I need to stop. My mom's been getting mad at me for spending my money, but yellow.
But like it's not exactly like a nesting period, but I get it, right? Like you
Mhm.
want to feel comfortable while you're there because there are going to be a lot of variables going on when you're in college and you don't want your sleeping arrangement to be one of them. So I
Mhm.
get it. Plus, this means when you start adding plants to your room, it'll actually go really well with the mauve, right? Got the green pot,
Yeah.
nice bit of pink, and that's nice.
Okay. So for Instagram, are we just letting it not be today?
Yeah, so and I there is a place under the event where you can edit the stream key, and I added the stream key and it's not doing so it's possible that it can only be changed in between. So
Okay.
we're gonna let it lie for now.
Okay.
Um but thank you. And if you're able to monitor for anything else, feel free, but usually without the live, people aren't necessarily commenting. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. What was I? Oh, I asked about your weekend. Do you have any questions for me?
Oh yeah, how was your weekend, Kate?
Um,
What did you do? Or I guess something fun, a highlight.
uh, my husband and I drove down to San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday.
Nice.
Um, for no other reason than to visit friends who were there for San Diego Comic-Con. So we ourselves did not go into the convention center. We met
Uh,
outside of the convention center, had lunch, went on a walk, all that fun stuff. And both friends that we were meeting up with, like we have known for years. So even though it was a 2, 3 hour drive, it was really nice to see them.
that's good.
It was beautiful. As much as like the weather in LA is kind of hit or miss depending on where in the city you are, but the weather in San Diego is so gorgeous all the time.
Yeah.
Have you been there then?
My sisters both, well, one of my sister goes to school out there right now. She's about to start her junior year. And then my oldest sister just graduated, or she graduated from UW in 2023. So then she did her master's at SDSU. And she actually just finished. So she's done
Wow.
and she moved back. So, but yeah,
Yes.
my other sister is actually, she's probably just getting there. She left this morning because her apartment's over there already. So she's going to move in a little bit more of her stuff before school starts. But
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah, I really like San Diego. It's so pretty.
and now you have reason to visit.
I know. And my school is like on the way there, which is nice. So they won't be as far as like as they are when I'm home.
Yeah, man. Mm,
Mhm.
so exciting. I did do a writing retreat down there once, and it was so lovely and so nice. And it's only a train trip away that I was like, this might have to be an annual thing.
No, yeah, it's really pretty and the beaches are nice. The weather's just nice. I
Yeah.
like Diego. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, it really is. Um, just full disclosure, the person that you're going to be meeting today, I know through a friend of mine, so we're both East Coasters.
Mhm,
Um, but and she currently works for um I'm not even sure I can say, so I'll say that offline. But it is definitely a current big name journalistic outlet.
mhm.
Um, so for that much, I'm very excited. Um, but I was curious because it's basically like a coffee date, right? There's no pressure, and yet this may be the only time you get a chance to talk to them. So I'm curious, like, have you had a chance to like do coffee dates with professionals before?
So actually, no, I was talking about this with my aunt the other day when I told her about my internship and how it was like a plan to meet a few like industry professionals or other industry professionals. And she told me that I need to make like an elevator pitch, which is like, like you're going up the elevator and you only have like 30 seconds to say like who you are and why you want me. So
Yeah.
I've been and she told me that I was like, I don't know my elevator pitch. Like, what would I even say? So, I mean, I know I've never talked. Well, I mean, I've had other mentors before. So I guess like our first Zoom was a little bit of a coffee date, get to know you. But besides that, not for anything else, I don't think. Not one-on-one, at least. I have talked to other people, but
Yeah,
in big,
man. Yeah,
yeah.
and I think that's a great idea. The advantage of an elevator pitch is that you don't actually have to have done any research about the other entity in order to execute it, right? Because it's just about who I am and what I'm doing and what I would like to do moving forward, and then the call to action, right? This is how you can get a hold of me. Um, so let's walk through that for a moment, like the basics of who you are and what you're doing right now, right? So, um, you just graduated high school, you're on your way to college. What is your intended major? Like,
Mhm.
we're gonna call
It-
this role playing, but like, pretend that, I'm just now meeting you in an elevator.
okay.
Tell me about you.
Okay, so I'm going to be a freshman in college next year, and I'm going into my school's film school. And my major is broadcast journalism and documentary. So I'm kind of hoping right now the plan or the goal is to one day be like a live news anchor or reporter. So that's like the current goal, but that's also why I'm going to school to really see, or film school to really see like what I want to do.
Yeah, man. Okay. I love that. And I love the admittance of like you're open to learning. Um, and I feel like if you take that and add it to how they can help you, um, it would include something like, what are you open to in the way of like, I'm interested in an internship with, or a job with, or I've already learned, right? Because that could be something else that's kind of specific, right? I've already learned to do X, Y, and Z, right? In this internship with me, you're learning more about social media, but it's not exactly the same as journalism. I'd be interested in learning this. And, would you be, do you have any internships or, entry level jobs available where I could learn that? Right.
Mhm.
Um, so just in context of that, like what what would you like to try and experience as the next step?
I feel like based on what you just said, if I were to put that out, I feel like I would say for myself, like what I already know how to put together because I took broadcast journalism in high school. So that taught me and media studies. But anyways, that taught me how to like visualize, create. It taught me like the process of creating a story and making like a segment, which is good. So I know how to visualize, conceptualize, kind of like organize everything. And then I know how to film, thank God. I know how to use a camera, which is good. And then I also know how to edit, which is also really good. And I have like the proper tools for that. But what I really just want to like start to learn more is like the tactics almost, and also just like more of like the fundamentals, because yes, I took broadcast journalism in high school, but I know like our weekly news show on YouTube is definitely a lot different from like being on the actual news and like on air live. So I guess just doing that. I'm kind of blabbing, but I had an
Oh, I
internship
love it.
in in January. I met her name was Nicole. Mm, I don't know her last name. I just called her Nicole, but I think I know, but I don't want to like say it just in case it's wrong. But anyways, I met a reporter from DC and we did like a virtual internship just for a month. But part of her assignments for me were like working on VOs, just voiceovers, which she taught me, or like sound bites and stuff like that. So I guess I just want to like learn more about all the like specific things.
Yeah.
That was a
All right.
long.
No, look, that's why we're talking about it here is because and I do this with my clients a lot, right? Which is this is the space, the workshopping space is the time to put as many things into the bag as possible. And then once we kind of figure out what works in the bag, you pull on the threads of those points, right? And that's when you hone, in this case, the elevator pitch, right? Um, all right. I will say, because we're about to organize this, um, the advantage you have with a coffee date versus an elevator pitch is that one, theoretically, you have time beforehand to look up where they work and get some background information. Um, Admittedly, that's going to be a little rush this time because we had to switch our guests, but that's okay. Um, but therein lies the ability to stop the elevator pitch about you and switch into questions about them. And the more in depth the question can be, the more it shows that you've done your research. And then they don't feel like they're wasting their time answering things that you could have figured out if you just looked online, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
Um, but first, let's look at what we've already kind of started so that we can then look at the connecting factor. All right. So who you are, right? So done with high school, learned these things in high school. Now you're moving on to college. This is what you'll be learning in college. Um, but you're open to either an internship or an entry level position where you can learn more about, say, what it would be to be live broadcast or be an anchor, right?
Mhm.
And I'm confirming that because what I heard you say was you've already learned from a reporter and so the segment form of journalism has already been you have a perspective on it, right? And you already understand about video production, which means not only can you record the segment, but you can produce and deliver that segment, right? Um, so now part of the next step is how do you translate that into something that isn't delivered as a recording? It's now delivered live,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Um, I'm literally like making a list. Yeah, it's chicken scratchy, but so that you start with who you are and what you've done and what you'd like to do in the future, right?
Mhm.
I'd love an opportunity to learn more about live, and actually experience the live broadcast and actually experience possibly being an anchor. Um, so the call to action is would you have any opportunities for an internship or entry level position where I can experience that. And then if so, which you don't necessarily say, but you have it in the back of your mind, if there's anything that's remotely yes, then it's this is how to get a hold of me. That being said, if you connect with said person, what is the best way for people to reach out to you? Is it email or phone or Instagram? I know I'm a big fan of Instagram messaging.
Um, I'm not sure. Like, what do you, just because I haven't really started with anything, what do you recommend? Because, like, I obviously, as I was saying, I haven't really had anyone reach out to me yet. So I feel like right now I can choose and see what's going to be the most beneficial.
Yeah. Um, if it were really an elevator pitch, and you were in an elevator and you only had 90 seconds, I'm a big fan of Instagram. If for nothing else, one, if you're active on it, it's easy because they can see more about you. They can kind of confirm what you've said. But also, if both of you friend each other right there in the elevator, you basically have the ability to text each other without them knowing your number, which I love. Because you'll never know who's crazy. And you don't want crazy people to have your phone number. That's just the God's honest truth. Like, I'm not even gonna pull my punch on that one. You do not want to exchange sensitive information at the onset. If you're at like a conference or a film festival, or you know what I mean, or in this case, because you're meeting her through me, um, if you have the ability to exchange emails or phone numbers, go for it because at least you have a reference point to go, oh, she's been she's been vetted. You know what I mean? Um, so that would be my 2 cents.
All right. So I would say Instagram.
Yeah. Stay with Instagram. And again, just for today's coffee date with said person, um, if emails work for you as well, and even again, if you want a buffer, you can use the Owl Echo email that you have as your main email, because then again, you can kind of have that buffer place and then go, oh, we've already connected. Maybe we'll make another coffee date for later where it's just the two of you. At which point you could be like, feel free to text anytime. Here's my number, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Perfect. I feel like for me, the most scary thing is like being like, here's my Instagram or how can I contact you? Because I feel like that's just so direct, but I know that's like the only way to, you have to do, you can't wait. You just have to do it. But it's
Well,
scary.
it is. It is scary at every age and every stage. Um, but I think, and I hope this will help. Um, Remember that you have something to offer them as well, right?
Mhm,
Um, and I think if you remember that what you offer them, if you think that all they're doing is giving you charity, then of course it feels hard to ask, right?
mhm,
Whereas, if you can find a way to end the elevator pitch with, let me know how I can help you, right? Um, because when you say, I've learned from a reporter and learned voiceover, and I've learned how to do video production and, can do segment work, it's very possible that they're looking for that kind of person as an entry level job. You would not just provide, valuable information, you could actually provide value to the entire company and in exchange have the opportunity to learn this very specific thing, right?
mhm,
So that's why it's important to kind of say, this is who I am and this is what I've done, right? This is what I've learned, but I'm interested in learning this other thing. Would you have other things that are, an opportunity for me? You can circle back around to, great, I look forward to helping you, with your segments. I look forward to helping you with your social media. Let me know how I can help you. And then I look forward to learning from you as well. Right.
mhm,
And I think if you can just remember that you bring value, right, that you have something to offer as well, then it doesn't feel so big an ask, right? Because you can help them.
mhm. Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's a little like harder to remember for me because I'm only 18. So like sometimes I forget. Like I feel like since I'm so young, like professionals wouldn't be able to like find use out of me, but like I help you with other stuff. So I feel like I would be able to help other people.
every stage just has its advantage, right?
Mhm.
Like small anecdote leading to a much bigger thing. When I
Yeah.
first got out of high school, I had an internship, which when I took it was not paid. By the end of it, I was paid because they realized that I hadn't learned anything and they were like, thank you for your help.
Yeah.
Um, but when I took the internship, I did not realize that what I had learned in a safe space was so incredibly valuable in the professional space until
Mhm.
someone paid me, right? So it's totally understandable that you don't yet have the confidence that says what I do and what I know is valuable. You'll see it, you'll learn it in the very near future, you'll see. Um, but don't beat them to the chase, right? Don't assume that it's not valuable just because they haven't paid you yet. Um, because one of the advantages of being early career is that you're flexible, right? And not just like flexible, like not just time, you're eager to learn, right? So you learn things very fast and you pick up and do things very fast. Um, so I say that to say, um, every advantage has its disadvantage. Thinking back to Ted Lasso, like, so yes, maybe you don't have years of experience in the same way that, professionals do, but what you do have is enough experience plus the willingness to learn and the flexibility to kind of take on whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so you come with quite a lot of value. You do.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Um, and I think therein lies the key to when you start researching the company and you go, oh, I see what you guys do here, right? Or I love that you do this. What part did you play in this? Right? Because even if the company is cool, the question is, how does this person help you to do this? Right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
some part of the coffee date is sometimes just getting to know them, what it is they do and how it is that they got there.
Mhm.
Um, and then what is it that they do now and how can you connect the dot? Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Uh,
Um,
hold on.
but no, yeah, that makes sense. I'm looking at the questions because I like prepared a few questions for her, just like base level question based on like what I knew. So I'm trying to like go through them and edit them and make them better.
Uh, no problem. I just realized that the last time we did the live, in order to stop the live, we had to stop the Zoom. So there's a part of my brain going, "Oh, great!" Like, in order for her to join us, we may actually have to have a separate link. So we may have to. I'm just looking at the thing to see, is there a way
You
to
can probably you can end it like end the live and then we could just join back on this link.
say that? I see a pause. I do not see a stop. Hold on. Oh, stop event. Oh, you're right. You're right. I was like, uh, see you soon with the question mark. Hold on. Let me get the little link for the copy and do the. I feel like I do this all the time with my clients where I'm just like, y'all think everything is so polished because the end result of what we do is so polished. But the truth is, behind closed doors, we're like any other business, just racing around getting things done. Zoom link, just in case. Case. Bam. Ba-doo. And emailed just in case. Cool. Um, all right. Well then, and just out of respect of time, because I imagine she said 1 to 1:30. I was like, that was a real small coffee date, so we're just gonna woo. um, just wanted to take a moment and say thank you both for being here and continuing to do this. Um, so we're going to head out, at least stop the stream so that we can have this coffee date behind closed doors. But for those of you who are watching or you're watching the recording, we'd love for you to like join the team. So check us out, owlecho.com. We do currently have a client special. So if you yourself are working on a feature film, specifically still trying to break story on it. That means your basic story beats, you still don't know how that all fits in. Yeah, I've been working with a lot of clients this past year, and it's kind of amazing how quickly we can break story on it. So check it out. We will happily give you more information on how we can help you break your story. And then, yeah, more info on the other projects we got going. More soon. um, and Ari, we'll see you next week.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
wait. Yes.
what? What? Yeah, because you'll be elsewhere, but you'll still be
Yeah.
on the
No, yeah. Next week I'll be here.
Wait, how was you had your caramel
Oh yeah, it's good. I like it. It
uh
has
you added the protein. What's the shameless plug? What's the protein powder that you used?
I don't know. They're like pre-made protein shakes. I don't even know the brand, but we have them here and they're good. So I'll find that out for you guys next week.
Please do. And I love your plant vibe on your mug.
Thank you.
Right? Oh, I love it. This one is my Ravenclaw. It
Oh,
says
nice.
clever, resourceful, smart.
Nice. Are
Otherwise known as a
are
subtle
you a
brag.
Ravenclaw?
I am a Ravenclaw.
Guess my house. I feel like you can't guess it.
I maybe I can't. I feel like you're kind of Hufflepuff. But
That's
if
what a
not,
lot of
you might be a Slytherin. Like,
people.
are you? Are you
Yeah,
Slytherin?
I'm a Slytherin. A lot of people think Hufflepuff though, just because like I laugh a lot, but I'm a Slytherin. But
I mean,
yeah,
Slitherpuff is a thing, so it's
well,
possible.
maybe I am that. It depends on the day.
uh, I love that so much. You're like the second Slytherin I've met this week, and I'm like, that's just there's a vibe. Slytherin's resurgence. Here it is.
That's
Uh, that's so great. Well, thank you for your patience with this overly lecturing Ravenclaw. All right. And she says she's wrapping up a thing, so we've got like 3 minutes left anyway. Um, Ari, any other questions for me before we wrap up?
um no, I don't think so. I feel like this was very helpful for like the elevator
Yeah.
pitch part of it all. But I'm sure next week, don't worry, I'll have more questions and more brain juice to give.
Yeah, man. And just a top level note, it's totally fine to write out your elevator pitch. Or even like let's call it the 5 minute pitch. You can write both of those out. And then if you're nervous about actually executing it verbally, record yourself.
Mhm.
And when you record yourself doing the verbal pitch, it allows you to go back and kind of evaluate all the little things because in the moment you're just feeling it, and that's fine. But practicing it, much like public speaking, this is just private speaking, but it's worth your time. But the practice of recording and seeing yourself and then taking notes and then doing it again will help. It will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. So many great tips.
Yeah. And you can always practice with an audience as well, right?
Yeah.
Like take a break from the recordings for a moment and just be like, I just need to talk to a human.
Yeah.
um, which for the record is the other reason that we're doing this, right? Is like I think it's hard sometimes with everybody being either a contractor or being a solopreneur that we forget to like connect with people. And so hopefully this is us actively connecting with each other, but also encouraging other people who are watching to connect, right? With your team, connect with the world. Just yeah, don't lose that human connection. So thanks, my slither puff.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if I can. I said it and then I was like, I was about to end the Zoom. I'm like, no, just stop the event. All right. Bye, guys.